now.
Join the excitement on Saturday, August 26th as Firestar Pro Wrestling presents WrestleRevival 10 at The Point in Jamestown, North Carolina. Firestar Pro Wrestling champion TDT defends against Jackson Drake and Jay Malachi in a triple threat cage match. Also in action, Southeastern champion Oliver Sawyer, women's champion Amira Rose, tag team champion Cyberfire, and many more of your Firestar favorites. Doors open at 5 p.m., bell time at 6 p.m. Tickets available now for our biggest pro wrestling spectacle of the year for all people of all ages. Don't miss WrestleRevival 10.
How's it going, everybody? We're live.
Indeed we are. Hello, everyone. I'm Roberto Más. Flanked to my left, as always in these situations, by my boy, Thailand. Ty, tell all of these people whatever you'd like.
Annyeonghaseyo, amigos. I think that was like 2 languages there. I probably botched them both, but that's okay. It was a good day. Good evening, my friends. What's up? What's going on? It's your boy, Thailand. This is great. I've never done one of these before.
Me neither. This is enjoyable.
This is the start of something good, but it's WrestleRevival week.
Yes.
The greatest week.
The greatest week outside of Toyota-thon and Dollar Corn Dog Day at Sonic.
Shark Week's up there.
Shark Week's up there, yes. But WrestleRevival week is at the top of the list. And we're here to talk about this show. Are we not?
Well, of course we are.
Indeed we are. I will also, just to be honest with the audience, we are also currently drafting our fantasy good guy, bad pants fantasy football league. So I'm on the clock.
Yeah. Let's so let's
go ahead.
I didn't actually realize that I was drafting and I ended up with Jamar Chase as my first pick, but it could be worse. It could be worse. But what couldn't be worse is that we are 2 days away from WrestleRevival, and this is a jam-packed show. You guys are going to be the ones in the booth talking about the action. Are you guys excited?
Bro, I'm ecstatic. It is WrestleRevival 10. 10. Okay, this isn't just any, 10. This is not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 7, 8, not rent. It's 10. We've had 10 of these, okay? And this is going to be the biggest yet. The main event of WrestleRevival 10 is a steel cage, which is a first ever in Firestar Professional Wrestling's illustrious 11-year history. So yes, I am just beyond ecstatic. We have a stacked card. It's gonna be fantastic. I love it.
And before, it is a steel cage match, which I'm probably gonna have a heart attack during.
Yeah.
There's a doors, ladders, chairs match.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Not just like 3 people in a triple threat. It's like 3 tag teams for a total of 6 people. This is insanity, Tom. What are they? They're all fighting for the tag team championships, which were currently held by the Back Alley, but then now currently in the possession of Cyber and Fire, our boys, our homies from
boys, yes, baby,
our guys. But they kind of have their work cut out for them.
They do. I guess by the DLC match is kind of like a feature. It's a staple for WrestleRevival. I think this will be the 3rd DLC match that we have had at WrestleRevival, the 3rd one. So, and so we got Cyber and Fire, our tag team championship. We've been watching them. You and I we called their debut match, dude. We called their debut match. We've called virtually every match they've had at Firestar since then. We called their championship match. We've seen them from their beginnings, humble beginnings, to the top here. And this right here is their biggest challenge. This is WrestleRevival 10. Like you said, it's a doors, ladders, and chairs match. You have to climb a ladder to retrieve a belt. This isn't one of those indie things where it's just a stipulation. There'll be doors, ladders, and chairs. No, we're going to be hanging those belts about 15 feet in the air, and these guys are going to have to scratch, claw, beat each other, put each other through doors, smash with ladders and chairs just to climb that belt, climb the ladder to retrieve those belts.
It's just WrestleRevival and ladders. You remember last year at WrestleRevival, we had a ladder match for the same tag team championship.
Yes.
Now that that was a fun match to call. Now we're going to add a couple of other things. So I don't know how I can't get any better.
Well, that was surprise. Last year that talking about because we mentioned about the back alley. The surprise of the whole night. Superstar Nate Burnham coming out to help the back alley win those tag team championships at Wrestle Revival last year, and now this year him and his partner, Jason Land, is representing him and Jason Land are representing the back alley in this match, and now they got a chance to win those tag team championships again. Okay,
the same ones that Christian Cross and Angel AOK won on that night.
Well, yeah, thanks to Superstar Nate Burnham. Oh yeah,
the reiteration of the back alley, same faction, different teams.
Oh yeah.
There wasn't enough chaos. We also have Brutality Inc. with Alex Evans and Mark James. And Mark James has been doing ladder matches since before some of these guys could walk. I think his first ladder match was 2002.
Oh yeah,
which is crazy.
That's nuts.
He has this experience that some of these guys don't have, where he's been through absolute war with competitors, old, new. He's seen it before. He knows what's going in. And then you've got Alex Evans, who just has this mean streak. It's going to be a match that you're definitely going to want to watch.
I'm ecstatic to watch Brutality Inc. And you mentioned Mark James. Yes, but I love Mark James. I know kind of like he's a mean streak, but I've known Mark James about 7-8 years, and I do know, he's been in the business a long time. I knew that he also kind of stepped away for a little while, and then he came back better and more brutal than ever. And he's got a whole different mindset coming into, since he's come back. Especially when I called some of his matches in other promotions, not just in Firestar, and this, like you said, and he's just he kind of attracted Alex Evans. And so, like you said, that mean streak, you got two dudes with a mean streak, young guy, kind of the veteran of the business. I think these guys have a real chance at becoming the new Firestar Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions at Wrestle Revival 10 in 2 days now.
I mean, as long as Mark James isn't refereeing anything, he's typically pretty good.
Yeah.
But also an interesting match is I'm sorry, his name escapes me at the moment, but we could come back. Oh, I'm sorry, Chance Riser. That's who it was.
That surprised me.
Grant Watts keeps getting them served up just left and right. Let's see what he can do. Just keep pushing.
Nah. See, what do you know about Chance Riser, big dog? I know about him.
I want to hear about him, but I'm saying for Grant, it just like they don't give him any break. They just keep putting him out there against studs.
Okay. Well, I'm going to blow some smoke. Okay, this right here is going to be the wrestling match to watch of the night. Okay, keyword there is wrestling, technical style. Okay, like you've seen, we talk about how Grant Watts has top marks in the Firestar Wrestling Academy, but Chance Riser, trained by the Gift, Jason Kincaid. Chance Riser, if you watch it, he's been in the business for several years now. Him and his tag team partner Patrick Scott, The Reality. Okay, these guys are so amazing to watch, especially Chance. He's just got new ways to put new holds. I think this is going to be a real good. This is going to be a real difficult match, in my opinion, for Grant Watts. He's going to be because like Chance Riser has seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, and his wrestling ability is on a whole separate level than that of Grant Watts. So that is a match that I am very looking forward to watching.
And just like Ty was getting a call just then,
yeah,
Grant is getting called, and there are going to be some suplexes in this match. Dudes are going to get thrown around. People are going to be put in positions that are going to push them to the brink, and we're going to have to see who is the wrestler's wrestler in this match.
I agree. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
There's also LeBron Cozone is going to go up against Bryce Saturn, which I think is worthy of speaking about, just because Cozone I mean, we were there when Kozone took on a man that was 7'4". We're not really allowed to talk about it. We saw it firsthand that time they took on that man that was 7'4".
Yeah, we were there.
And honestly, he didn't look out of place. Against a 7'4" man, he looked all right.
He stood toe to toe.
Toe to toe, absolutely.
Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm gonna step away from the mic real quick. You two keep on talking. I think my family just walked in the door. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. And Bryce Saturn, new to the area, new to North Carolina, but I've heard nothing but good things about him. And if Kozone is going to be facing somebody, he's going to be facing somebody worthy of Kozone level. So I really think that this match is going to be a kind of a coming out party for Bryce Saturn, and it's just going to be another day in the office for Cozy, who's going to show up, and he is going to hit people. He's going to throw people around. It's going to be a good time wrestling match.
I always like his wrestling matches. He's pretty technical. Ty talks a lot about Grant Watts being a technical wrestler.
Yeah.
Someone just wrestling. Wrestling. But hey, also just while we're here, I don't know how we're drafting. It's just kind of doing its own thing. But
I forgot about the draft.
It's just I am I just supposed to highlight them? I don't even know how to pick them. I mean, this is
I never do anything too spectacular with my drafts. I just pick them as they come.
I mean, really... how do you select it once you've highlighted it or whatever?
Are you on in the draft room?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Yeah, so just click on the player.
Yeah,
and then it gives you a chance to draft them.
It just says unlock for free and try 7 days free. That's
when it's your turn to draft?
It was. Yeah, That's all I saw.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I know.
I just drafted a tight end pretty early, but I'm confident. You got to have a good tight end.
We did not think this through, in that like we did set the draft at the same time as the breakdown, but it was smart in that like we knew we'd both be in front of our computers.
Yeah,
at this time.
I have a question for you to get back to Wrestle Revival.
Absolutely.
Do you know who Oliver Sawyer is going to be facing yet?
Oliver Sawyer, I have no idea. I know that Manny has been voting for himself every day. So it could very well be Manny. I think that Nick D told him that you can actually vote for yourself, like just over and over. So I would say it's probably going to be Manny, but it could be Draken, it could be Bojack. It could be pretty much a whole list of people. Whoa.
I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear us now?
We hear you.
Something happened.
So right now it is between Draken and SoFly Manny Low. We've got 44% for Draken and 38% for SoFly. It's getting close. 6,771 people have voted on this.
Wow.
That is crazy. That is like a college arena full of wrestling fans that want to see people fight. So
it's almost like Manny just sat at a computer and constantly over, refreshed and voted 4,000 times.
Yes. And you mentioned this at the beginning, but ChatGPT, we're going to put our these matches into ChatGPT, and we're going to see who ChatGPT thinks is going to win. I just realized you have to have a membership for ChatGPT. So you guys want to talk about the poll and who you guys might like to see into this match?
Well, honestly, I think we lost Ty.
I love that that's the picture we lost him at.
I'm not upset about keeping that. I'm not upset about that. Let that stay.
Oh, he's back in. All right, we're back.
Hey, okay. I had to go back out and go back in. Something happened and lost the sound. I can still see you, couldn't hear you.
Oh, I think that it would probably be this. I wanted to see Manny versus Bojack. Or, I'm sorry, Oliver versus Bojack.
Yeah, that's my vote.
Manny
that is a crowd favorite right there, Bojack.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Personally, I would love to just see Bojack throw Oliver Sawyer around like a rag doll. Am I alone in that? Is that just me?
No, you're. That's kind of common in. Some happenings in the locker room. Oliver Sawyer kind of getting a little bit full of himself, according to some people. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people, backstage too, would love to see Oliver Sawyer get thrown around just a little bit.
Yeah.
But but I still have a special place. I still hold a special spot in my heart for Oliver Sawyer. I know he probably doesn't. He doesn't like me, anymore. He doesn't like anybody. But like I said, I graduated with that guy. Took that graduation test. We came up in the academy at the same time together.
Super talented wrestler.
Yes, he's an amazing wrestler. So you really got to think. It's not just as Oliver Sawyer has his work cut out for him, because, like I said, this is a fan's choice. He does not know who's gonna be chosen, who's gonna work with. He's got five different people, and so it's a whole and that's another first for Firestar. I don't think we've never had something like that. Where it's like a fan's choice type of thing, like Cyber Sunday or Taboo Tuesday. We got our own little mini Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Saturday. We'll so it's amazing. And Oliver Sawyer doesn't know what he's going to get. The five other choices don't know what they're going to get. The fans don't know what we're going to get, literally, until Oliver Sawyer is in the ring. And I think we're going to be doing it live right then and there.
Yeah.
So
how do you, if you're Oliver Sawyer, how do you prepare for the fact that you might face Duke O'Connor or Bojack or Mad Dog Blade Brown or SoFly Manny Lowe or Draken? 5 different competitors, 5 different styles. That's got to be. That would shake me if I was in that situation.
You would have to be on a whole different level of type of training, because these guys, there's such vast different styles. Even though you got 2 big guys, everybody, you got 3 power guys. You said Bojack, you got Mad Dog Blade Brown, and Duke O'Connor. Those are 3 different kinds of powerhouses, okay? And then SoFly Manny Lowe and Draken, who we've seen coming up, through our future Blaze, and now getting an opportunity right here to possibly have a Southeastern Championship match at Wrestle Revival 10. Okay, so
future Blaze to a title.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Only in America. Only in Firestar Pro Wrestling.
Only in America.
So it's kind of hard. It really is just kind of difficult to prepare for that, because each guy is different. Are you going to get you're going to get Bojack's, like, his ferocity, okay? Are you going to be dealing with Duke O'Connor and there's that kind of bulldozer type, that brick wall type power? Or are you going to have Mad Dog Blade Brown, Division II football, okay, Muay Thai champion, okay, that sudden, that burst energy, that alpha dog energy? Or are you going to get somebody, dripping in finesse, SoFly Manny Lowe, or the young upstart Draken? There is so many. It's here and there with the options. Okay, it really. Me personally, I'm not sure what all too much that you can do to prepare for this type of something specifically to prepare for this type of match. But I mean, if you're Oliver Sawyer, Oliver Sawyer has said it himself. He said it doesn't matter, because he's going to walk out of the Point Academy with that championship, nevertheless.
Yeah, he walked in without one and walked out with one. So
yeah,
that could happen here.
It did take a lawyer to get some. I mean, we should just in the interest of being honest, it took a lawyer and some contracts and him popping up at the Chris Bay match and then saying, maybe not now. And then popping up in the Jackson Drake match, and then he called a shot and he got it.
So,
yes, he did.
Only in America.
He's got the belt. That's all that matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether we like it or not, and don't like it.
Oh yeah.
I'm happy.
Nice.
With any champion of ours is a good champion.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if it's Alexander Moss. Please don't tell him I've ever said anything different.
All right, let's talk about a little different style of a match. A match that's got a little bit of superhero finesse. It's got a little bit of quack, quack. We've got Rob Killjoy, legend. We talked about Kozone being a legend. Rob Killjoy is a legend. We've got Christian Cross from the Backstreet, and then we've got Elliot Shock. This is going to be a fun match.
Yo, this is going to. When I saw the match was posted, I was elated. Roberto. I think you and I are going to come completely unglued calling this match. Okay, I have had the pleasure of I've known. You talk about Rob Killjoy being a legend in the business. About 17 years, been all up and down, all across the country. He's internationally traveled too, and
a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he was. So look at that, and I've watched his matches. I know how he is. I know how he works. And then, of course, you've got somebody like Christian Cross. I've done battles with him. Okay, like when I wrestled in the ring, I've had multiple battles with him and his brother Aiden Cross. Okay, that man is Smash Mouth personified. And then we got Firestar's resident superhero, Elliot Shock. When I tell you, we are going to have this match is going to be the fan favorite. Man, I swear that's exactly what's going to happen.
I'm super excited. I always get excited to see Elliot. Elliot's definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Elliot wrestle with his superpowers once. Every other time he was himself, which is pretty impressive because he picked up a lot of victories during that. Rob Killjoy is someone I don't think I've seen often. I think maybe I've seen him once in a Rumble. So I'm excited to see him for sure.
Oh yes.
I mean, this is great. This is what it's all about, is finding these.
You're gonna have the hot is like the
guys.
Rob Killjoy is kind of like an eclectic mix of multiple styles of professional wrestling. He's got strong style. He does high flying. He's really technical. He's got great ground base. He's got a little bit of power too. Like literally, he is an amalgamation. We'll call an ugly amalgamation of all wrestling styles. And like you said, he's been 17 years in the business. Christian Cross and especially Elliot Shock they've got their work cut out for them here. And this right here, as obviously this could be Elliot Shock's. This very well is Elliot Shock's biggest match to date. He's had a lot of good matches in Firestar, but being in the ring with he's had battles with Christian Cross and the back alley. I got to correct you. You call them the back street or the back something or the back alley.
I caught that.
Yeah,
I deserve it. Yeah.
He did.
But he's had his battles with the back alley. Somebody like Rob Killjoy, that's a whole different animal right there.
Yeah.
Christian Cross is a madman. We were talking about the ladder match from last year at WrestleRevival. That was Christian Cross.
Yeah.
That jumped off of the tallest ladder, senton, to the ground.
Oh yes.
That was Christian Cross that did that. So that guy,
it's gonna be nuts.
It's
Smash Mouth personified. Yes, and he's the de facto leader of the back alley.
Yeah, he'll do whatever it takes, and that's something you got to respect, no matter what side of the coin he falls on.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
This card is stacked. There's not a bad match on this card, but we go from this match
the main event. We don't need it yet, but I'm just saying we haven't even. We haven't
even talked about the main event yet. But this next match, we've got Diego Hill. Dive bomb Diego Hill. This dude is insane. He has knocked me over once. He gets so pumped up that he knocked me over. I forgive him. But this match is going to be great versus Matt Smith. For those who might not know Matt Smith, fill us in. What are we looking forward to with this match?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be first to admit that I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball on that one. I'm still trying to find information on this guy, Matt Smith. He's a ghost to me, but
I'm more familiar with Diego. Matt's a new one for me.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I often run into this, and I usually rely on Ty because he has such a plethora of knowledge in most of these areas. But
really hope you're not watching that.
Don't feel, I hope we don't get shot in the foot for that. But I promise you, we're gonna, Matt, we're gonna make it up. I promise.
But if you're stepping,
please don't beat us up.
If you're stepping foot in a Firestar ring, if you're stepping foot in a Firestar ring, if you're at the point, you belong there.
Yes, and if you're at Wrestle Revival 10, you belong. Yeah. That's the point.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna get reprimanded maybe for not knowing, but I promise you, whenever he walks out there and that bell rings, I guarantee we're all gonna find out just who Matt Smith is.
And Diego Hill is an innovator. This man does things that I never even thought you could do in the ring. He makes it look easy. It's gonna be.
I remember Diego when he wore a mask too. He used to before he was Diego Hill. He used to wrestle under a mask known as Ace Diego, and even then he was even more. Believe it or not, I want to say he was a. There's no more chocolate. There's no more chocolate syrup, buddy. Sorry, that was my son. There's no more. He was a little. I want to say he was a little bit more reckless then.
Yeah,
than he is now. He's a little bit. It may not seem like it, but he's a little bit more controlled now, as compared to what he was. And that's saying something because that man is just I see him across clips, Instagram, YouTube channels. I see his him and his partner, his best friend, Azrael Kayham, who I call King of the No Step. These guys, especially, it's just fun to watch these guys get in the ring at all. And so you're gonna have the high flying style of Diego Hill against this guy Matt Smith, who he's kind of a like there's a word I'm looking for. Help me out, Roberto. Like a
wild card.
Yes, thank you. That's a wild card. He's the wild card.
A maverick. That's what I was gonna go with. So I'm glad he said wild card because I would have never gotten to that.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I'd like to talk about it because I've been waiting for a very long time. Cam Kano versus Marcellus King.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
I'm dancing right here. You can't really tell. I'm dancing. Okay.
Shout out to Subway today because we have the meats.
And they're slicing it now. Slicing their meat now, guys.
Subway got bought by. Did you guys
in real life? Gee, I saw that. That's yeah.
But other than that, like Cam Kano and Marcellus King, we've got the meats. We've got the meats. We're gonna put them right in the middle of the. That's out of pocket. We're gonna put.
Big E would love this match. Big E would be drooling at this matchup.
Yes, he would.
Slapping meat just all across the ring, maybe even outside of the ring.
This is one that I'm very interested to find out what ChatGPT thinks because I think only ChatGPT can comprehend what this could possibly look like.
ChatGPT asked me for my phone number, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I can go back though. I'll do it for this.
I mean, Cam Kano. So Percy Prescott. My first experience with Percy Prescott was, wow, obviously, look at this man's outfit. Look at these shoes. Yeah. It's amazing. But then he came out and saved Grant Watts because Grant Watts was getting his ass beat. And all of a sudden, Cam Kano was the guy that he had brought with him. And I'd never seen such a giant human being that was a friend with I guess it's just the clothes, but like, that's Percy's best friend, and ever since then, it's been Cam Kano and Percy versus the world. But unfortunately, Showcase has a lot of money, and it's pretty much his money versus the world. And Marcellus King represents that. And Marcellus King is a former champion and a damn good wrestler. And I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there, but I can't wait to see it. And I don't know if we should sit so close.
I would stay back. I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that too, because you got. Marcellus King, been in the business for almost 20 years. I know he stepped away for a little bit and came back specifically for Firestar. Like Firestar brought him back. Okay. Yeah. So, and then now he's coming back with Showcase. I'm sorry, Showcase. Showcase brought him back.
Yeah.
Okay. Get that correct. But and this whole thing between them and Cam Percy Prescott and Showcase. We can't forget about that. It's this match between Cam Kano and Marcellus King, but Showcase and Big Percy P, they're going to be out there. It's just like
it's a bit
battle
of a
battle of the billionaires type kind of battle, and they got their representatives and these giant big meaty men. Former Firestar Pro Wrestling one of the longest reigning Firestar Pro Wrestling heavyweight champions, 363 days. I think it was close to between 350 and 360 something.
Yeah.
And so 380. Now I remember. 380. And then like the young upstart, Cam Kano, okay, who the raging bull, Cam Kano. Yes. This is gonna be, I'm gonna be worried about who's refereeing this match. It's gonna be, I hope it's Big Mike Goga. He's probably like,
anybody else but Mike.
Yes, anybody Big Mike, gotta be Big Mike, gotta get in there, because like these just two big powerhouse individuals. You gotta think something like, when this battle spills to the outside, I'm gonna be worried about commentary.
Yeah.
Are we gonna lose commentary? This whole battle between Percy P and Showcase, is it gonna come to a close at Wrestle Revival, or is this just like another stepping stone onto something greater?
It just sucks because Showcase is in it for the wrong reasons. He basically came out from the jump and said he wanted to buy, in so many words, wanted to buy a championship. Like, he can't wrestle, so he's just going to buy a championship. It's the next best thing. And so he picked Marcellus King, Mark James, Alex Evans, which is how they've hooked up, and that's been a deadly combination. So we have him to think.
Oh, yes.
That nonsense as well. Good God. And he's a very polarizing figure, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find a lot of people who would say that Firestar Pro Wrestling is better off for having Showcase there, outside of it's amazing shoes. I love looking at the shoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to kind of agree with you on that one. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but yeah, I'd say Firestar is better with Showcase here, but like I said, got to think running ruckshot over here in Firestar with somebody like Marcellus King, who can do whatever he wants. The Showcase, they do whatever they want. So are they going to walk? Is everybody going to walk away with W's that night? Is Marcellus King going to walk away with the W against Cam Kano? Is Brutality Inc. going to become the new tag team champions? Is it going to be a whole win for Showcase and his people the whole night? Or, is it going to be Percy P's night? Is it going to be a down night for them? So that's a whole bunch of all that to look forward to. Wrestle Revival 10.
Yeah. Then we go from this hard-hitting match to the Battle Blitz. And the Battle Blitz is unique. The Battle Blitz is something special. For those who don't know, walk us through how a Battle Blitz is different than maybe a typical Royal Rumble that you might see on TV.
Well, I think in a typical Rumble, they come one at a time.
Yep.
The Battle Blitz is more of they're all going to come at once. They come in waves. I believe there's 3 waves.
Yep.
And there's a survivor through each wave. So I believe, if I can remember correctly, Tevin was someone who was one of those who would make it or had made it for wave 1 all the way into wave 3, and that is how Tevin got his championship shot against Alexander, if I'm correct.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so
that's exactly what happened. He lasted all 3 waves. So yeah, that's how it is different, because the way the Battle Blitz works is it's an amalgamation of Royal Rumbles and Battle Royal.
Yes.
Okay, so like you mentioned, the Royal Rumble, it's 2 people start, and then every 30 seconds to 90 seconds, however, depending on where you are, or even our Firestar Rumble, say 90 seconds. and one person will come out until like 30 people are in the ring.
Mhm.
Now, and then with a battle royal, you have a whole bunch of bodies in the ring, and the bell rings, and then just chaos, mayhem until the last man is standing in the ring.
We love this.
You take that match and you smash them together, and you get what's called a battle blitz. And you talk about waves, so we get like 10, 15 people to start in the ring. The bell rings, boom, everybody's fighting, joshing. You don't want to get eliminated. The way it works is in the first wave, the last two individuals remaining in the ring are the winners of that wave. And then when the last two are in there, you'll hear the alarm go off, and it's a blitz. That's why it's called Battle Blitz. 15 more guys come rushing, they charge that ring, they rush that ring. That's why it's called Battle Blitz. And they get in there and they start fighting each other. And then that's the second wave. And then we get down to the last one guy. And then again, the alarm sounds and the third wave comes out, and the final wave. And the last man standing is your winner and gets a future Southeastern Championship match. Or actually, I think it's just a future championship match, period.
Any title of their choosing, yes.
Yes,
Correct.
any title they're choosing.
Absolutely.
So that's why it's the uniqueness. I've been in 2 battle blitzes myself, so this will be the first one I get to call. So this will be fun being on the other side of the aisle, the table, just kind of watching this. It's a whole different animal being in this. It's kind of nerve-wracking. It's new, I remember I was a part of when I was in it. I got to be I was in the second wave. And it was just completely nuts. Like you have like 15 guys all trying to storm that ring at the same time. Some of us started fighting on the outside before we even got in. One of the best moments would be the very first Battle Blitz. Bojack was one of the finalists, and what happened? There's a moment, you can find it on Firestar's YouTube page. I think
FSPW Classic.
Yep. And what happened? One of the biggest moments that anything can happen in this is that the finalists for the first wave were Bojack and the Wrestle Ranger, and that alarm sounded, and 15 other guys come storming out that ring. You know what Bojack did? Because Wrestle Ranger was not paying attention to what was going on. He was up on the ring ropes celebrating with the crowd. Bojack clocked him, grabbed him up for the Bojack bomb, because he was up on the top rope celebrating, and then just ran to the other side of the ring and chucked the Wrestle Ranger out into a sea of people.
Yeah.
Okay? Before he could even get into the ring. That's the kind of stuff that happens in the Battle Blitz, and I can guarantee you can expect to see something akin to that this weekend.
But also,
anything can happen in that match.
Also, all of these, if you think back to the women's Rumble, Mira came out of that. She became champion. If you think about the Battle Blitz that I just mentioned with Tevin, he became champion. If you think about the even this past one with Jay and Jackson, they could potentially become champion. One of the two of them. So typically these Battle Blitzes or these Rumbles or these Battle Royals, like while people may think that they're like place savers during the show, they actually kind of set and chart a course for these individuals who win for the next big leap into being in these matches that you quote unquote care about. So I don't view these things as small place savers at all. I think they're very much important.
I think the crowd's gonna love this match too. They always love these kinds of matches. I'm told. Crowd loves Battle Royals. They love Royal Rumbles. So what's gonna happen? I have no idea. So what's gonna happen is that we have like 30. It'll be like 30 or 40 people, and one of those guys is going to get a championship match. And as you mentioned, that does mean that whoever wins, gets a championship, whatever championship they want. But ultimately, that that person will go on to become champion. Alexander Moss became champion. Bojack won. I think he won the first one, became champion. Tevin TDT became champion.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win in 2 nights from now? Are they going to become champion too?
Who should we look out for in this match?
Ooh, no.
Pretty good.
Who should we look out for? You know what? I didn't even get to see a list of it. I'm gonna say Mad Dog Blade Brown. That's my guy. I know he's in the. He's in the. He's getting a chance to be in the for the Southeastern Championship. Whether he gets picked, he could get picked. It may not have to be in the Battle Blitz, but if he doesn't get picked and he gets in that and he's got to do that Battle Blitz, I guarantee you he's going to be the guy to watch out for.
Of course.
I think Ty stole my pick, so if I had to pick another one, I'd go with Bojack, I guess. I want to see it. I can't go with the guy that I want, I'll go with the guy I want to see. So I'm like, I'd love to see Blade, but if I saw Blade, I'd love for Blade to win. If I see Bojack versus Oliver, that's a fun match.
I just remembered somebody that we had kind of forgotten about. Well, I've forgotten. A guy to watch out for, not just Mad Dog, the spicy one, Bobby Wasabi.
Oh yeah,
Bobby Wasabi has last time I saw him, I think he was trying to find and beat the brakes off of the Kamikaze Kid.
Oh yes, and the Kamikaze Kid, I think he's going to be in the Battle Blitz too. So that's going to be interesting to see and watch. If these two end up, are they going to be in the same waves? Are they going to be different waves? Or are they going to run into each other? If that happens,
I'm surprised
that chaos is going to break.
Surprised he could still walk to the ring.
Oh yeah,
Bobby's no joke.
Nope, not at all. This match is not a joke.
Nope.
And I'm not talking about Aaron Wilson. I'm talking about the Battle Blitz. And to go on from this match, we have Amira Rose versus Nadia No Love. Friends.
This is messy. This is messy. I love it. Oh man, as a reality TV show watcher, I love this. Listen, did Nadia know? I don't know if she knew the bylaws to all of those things. Sadie Lee Moss can't compete. Did she know that she'd be next in line? It was interesting. I know that when J Mark had said it, that she didn't seem too surprised by the information. So I'm interested to see what that match will look like, what it could possibly devolve to, but. So far, they both are just looking at it as like competition is.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see as we go. This is friends pose. Like you said, when they announced it, when J Mark announced it, it wasn't too. She wasn't too surprised, and Amira was just like, you know what, it's okay, let's get it, and we're gonna get it. And I don't know if either of you guys happen to catch Amira. Made a post just a couple days ago, social media, about this up and coming championship match. Did you guys see that?
It was kind of thinly veiled a little bit. That's why I'm kind of curious. It's a little messy.
So I think I think Amira Rose is going to show up obviously instead of Lily. So
Which is a problem.
Friendship, I think that friendship, may just get thrown by the wayside as soon as that bell rings, because that's what it's about. It's about that championship. This is Wrestle Revival 10. There will not be another Wrestle Revival 10 Firestar Pro Wrestling Women's Championship.
But it also means that we don't get any cookies.
I know that is a downside. No cookies.
Somebody bring.
So hurt. Why'd you have to bring that up? Damn.
I mean, with Sadie Lee Moss does come cookies. With no Sadie Lee Moss comes only cookie sheets, and that's only Selena Rose is around.
So hey, by the way, in the Battle Blitz, women are allowed. So like with the don't forget about that. Yeah, there were a couple women. Selena Rose, I swear Selena Rose was in the last one. I swear she was.
Yeah, no, she.
I have to go back and look. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. It's not just battle. Isn't just for the men. It's for women too. They get in there and they win. They get a champion. Anybody. That's what I'm talking about. Anything can happen.
Anything.
Okay. Anything.
That takes us to the big daddy of them all.
Oh yeah.
The main event. We've talked about all of these. Not only is this TDT, not only is this Jackson Drake, not only is this Jay Malachi, but it's in a steel cage.
Oh yeah,
That's the part.
wow, it's
It's scary.
It is going to be wild.
There are very few places that I like to see Jay Malachi. 30 feet above on a ledge is a place I don't like to see Jay Malachi. Above my head, the commentary table is not a place I like to see Jay Malachi.
Yeah.
And I think maybe a cage is going to be the third place I don't like to see Jay Malachi.
Because you know he's coming off that
This
thing.
is in Jackson. He lives in the cage. Like he literally goes, he lives in the cage.
Oh yeah.
He eats thumbtacks. He lives in the cage. Like that's just what I imagine. Bed just is a series of fence parts. And so I don't know, man. Tevin might have. I know what he came out and he always likes to test himself, but you can't always pass the tests. And I don't know about this one.
I don't think either of these guys are going to leave the ring the same. This match is going to take something. It's going to take years off their life. It's going to be crazy, and I just.
Oh, I think I lost volume again.
Oh.
This thing is nuts. What were you guys talking about?
Just how like these competitors aren't going to be the same after this match.
Well, these guys are going to go nuts. So this is honestly one of the this I know I've mentioned about all the matches are can't miss, but really the story behind this one is what ultimately makes this match the can't miss match of the night. Okay, Tevin, I have been with these guys. I've seen these guys since TDT, maybe like 30, 40 pounds ago, a lot, younger. Jackson and Jay when they were like 13, 14 years old. Okay.
I think that Jay and Jackson's story has been told for years.
Yeah.
But certainly over the past year, I think it's gotten worse. Those two.
You can't keep it in the ring.
Yeah, there was a rumble to the point of fans liking rumbles. Maybe, perhaps they really loved the last one because they were involved in a lot of it. Because Jackson, Drake, and Jay Malachi were running around the entire arena, just beating the hell out of each other in the bleachers and the concessions and wherever they could possibly just gain ground to get the other one to stop long enough to get punched in the face. That's pretty much where they were fighting. And then after that, 20 minutes or 30 minutes later, it seemed they got the ring and finished it in there. And it just seems like they're just basically using these matches as a way to just beat the crap out of each other, not go to jail.
Well, that's because you got to understand the story behind these two. Like, like you said, Jackson and Jay grew up in this, but you ever, sometimes you might post, there's this particular photo of Jackson and Jay when they're real young. They're about 14 or 15. And this was at a seminar that I attended. And I think this was 2018, I think it was 2017, 2018, maybe. And it was an Arn Anderson seminar where the top prospect, mind you, one top prospect would be selected to compete in a dark match later on that night for Big Time Wrestling. It was a very big independent promotion here in the country, Big Time Wrestling. Arn Anderson chose both of these two guys. Both of these two, in a ring full of people that have been in the business for a decade and a half longer, or about as long as they have been alive or longer. Okay, and Arn Anderson chose these two guys, these two kids, these little 15-year-old kids, to go and compete in a show, which they went on because I went to the show and they killed it, and they had only gone up from there. They were called prodigies. The wrestling prodigies. These guys were born and bred to become, the next it thing in professional wrestling, even as a tag team. And what people don't realize is, and we talked about the doors, ladders, and chairs match earlier. The first DLC match featured the wrestling prodigies. And what a lot of people don't realize the story here is Jay Malachi is the fan favorite. We know that. Jay Malachi is one of the fan favorite coming into this match, but it wasn't always. Jay Malachi is the reason, if you remember correctly, is the reason that the Wrestling Prodigies broke up, is the reason that one of the probably the main catalyst as to why Jackson Drake has become the way that he has become over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
These guys grew up and they broke bread, they bled, they sweat, they cried, they won championships together, they traveled together, and Jay Malachi threw that all away. And it kind of changed Jackson Drake into what you see here now. And I guess he just kind of Jackson Drake became champion and had to relinquish that champion. And when he came back, he was expecting kind of like a warm welcome. But when he didn't get it, it just kind of set him off. And so I guess that's why he's just, really just working on trying to put Jay Malachi just out. This is why you see these guys, anytime these guys are in even a remote vicinity, these guys just want to beat the tar out of each other. Like you said, in the Royal Rumble, they spent about 20 or 30 minutes outside just beating the crap out of each other in the middle of a match. Mind you, this is a Royal Rumble, a Firestar Rumble match where the winner gets where they're at. And they were more concerned with just beating the tar at each other than trying to win the match. Which, what happened later in that match was we had an old a Royal Rumble 2005 type of moment between the two, where they both got eliminated, and that's how this match is being set up. So this is the story right here. This is is it going to be like a passing of the torch type thing between TDT over to Jackson Drake and Jay Malachi, or is Tevin going to once again prove himself the ultimate authority here in Firestar Pro Wrestling, as an OG, a Firestar OG. So, it's a lot. This is the story of the night. And like I said, a first ever for Firestar Professional Wrestling, a steel cage match. Nevertheless, yes.
You may be asking, if you're at home and you're listening to this or you're home watching this, you may be asking right now, who's going to win this match? Who could possibly walk out of this cage match with their hand raised and a new title to hold up their pants? Well, ChatGPT has the answer for you. Based upon the year that I've been covering this and all the information that I could possibly feed this thing, ChatGPT has decided that the match will in fact be won by a contract that will be turned in, and the winner will be Mike Goga.
I love to see
it. It literally says this.
Man.
Mike Goga will win by contract. That's what I've got. I gave it all this information, and this is what this idiot told me. Would you like me
to feel real bad when come Saturday, Mike Goga comes out of the back with his briefcase?
Will be the
in the black and white stripes
wrestling heavyweight champion.
And these cages aren't like the ones you see on TV. He's gonna have to climb it. There's no door. He's gonna have to climb into the ring.
ChatGPT is supposed to be what's going to steal all these jobs. Like,
I think our jobs are safe
right now. Should I ask it again, or just that's a lot of information I put in for. I don't know if this is a joke, like if it has a sense of humor, but it genuinely just said by contract.
Oh, big Mike Goga, that'd be something to post on your Mike Goga Mondays on Instagram, Roberto.
And it's only doing this because I typed in about Oliver Sawyer. Like I gave it all the background for this, for everybody involved in this entire show. That's why I'm sitting here kind of upset.
Well,
you would think it would have in minute 26:07, like Jay Malachi from the left side of the cage, or Jackson Drake, Carolina Reaper driver from the top of the cage, like just something other than Mike Goga by contract.
It's Mike Goga, and there's only one way to find out if that happens or not,
and that's to tune on in.
Yeah,
or to come show up. Get a ticket,
show up.
dude.
Yeah,
Show up.
Yeah.
Use code Holy Moly.
Holy moly, Ty! Do you have a promo code?
I do not. I need to get one.
Well, holy moly, MOLEY, which is the proper way to spell it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I know a lot of people are telling MOLY, but that's not the proper way to spell. I don't know what you're spelling.
I've always spelled it MOLY. I didn't know, like, holy moly, like with an E.
Yeah.
Like,
we're setting up a match for next year's Wrestle Revival.
what's that?
We've got Ty, we've got Roberto in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh my god!
Winner gets to dictate
Yeah.
the correct spelling of moly.
Down.
Ty and I, we will eventually have a match. We've already decided it will be a 2 out of 3 falls match, and Ty will spot me 2 falls.
Can I be the referee?
Sure.
Okay.
You heard that, chat GPT?
2 falls.
Yeah, 2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3 falls match. You spot me 2 falls.
That's amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Wrestle Revival. This is the biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
If you like wrestling, if you like living, if you like enjoying things, you're going to want to be here. You're going to want to be at the point in Jamestown.
Keep going.
Okay.
I agree.
You're not going to want to miss this. There's not a card on this match. There's not a match on this card. I'm getting flustered. That's how good this card is.
It is amazing. You see the flyer to the left of us on the main screen here.
Right here.
Point to you think you might other side. Point the other way.
Side?
Yeah, that's where that's where it is on mine. We'll go both. It's okay. I'll go. Yeah, I gotta go point right for that thing. There we go. Down there.
Roberto.
All of that talent, and that's not even everybody. Okay, that's featured on the card. These just all that Carolina talent. And the Carolinas is where it's at. Okay, so this is gonna be the biggest night of the year for us. All these guys, gals, coming out to the ring to kill it. This everybody in Firestar works for this all year long, from the day after Wrestle Revival up until the next one, to the Firestar Rumble, to all the way up until now, to Gate City Slam, to Holiday Slam, Night of Living Dead. All these shows build up to the Wrestle Revival.
And what's beautiful about Wrestle Revival is everybody on the Wrestle Revival card, I think, like you said, is
local
Firestar.
Yes.
Everybody on this card. There's no
big names.
There's no
there's no draws. There's no big name, and the owners of Firestar have made it a point, and they've mentioned it before, that this is the one show where they will never do that, because it is our show.
And because of that, this is the one show where we all dress the best, do the best, and whatever. So I have spoken to Aloysius Skipper Jenkins III, and I have gotten his blessing. I will be wearing a crushed velvet.
Okay.
You've been wearing your suits. I'm really jealous, but we'll also be wearing these DJ Khaled.
We the best.
So, if anybody in Firestar Pro Wrestling would like to ever try me in footwear, don't.
I agree. Yeah. I wouldn't try you. I have like 2 pairs of shoes.
Stop it. I don't want to embarrass people's children anymore. But in a serious note, Firestar Pro Wrestling has been around since about 2001, 2003, somewhere in this area. They've been around for a very long time.
Firestar?
Yes.
2011. 2012. Yeah, 2012. Yeah, you said 2001.
Yeah.
You told me 2003.
That's how long Mark James has been.
That's Mark James, buddy.
Oh, fair enough. Well, either
LeBron,
way,
he's not even that old yet, man.
My point being is that Firestar's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I got to work Wrestle Revival last year. It was truly different from every other show I worked before it and every show I worked after it. There's nothing quite like working Wrestle Revival. I've told you funny stories from Wrestle Revival, like Showcase smoked a cigar in there. Hilarious. But like all types of things happen at Wrestle Revival. Great moments, not like that. You're not gonna always see stuff like that, but just good moments that you will never forget. And so, if you have not bought a ticket, I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. Just if you're on the fence, get off of it. Just try it. Like
be there or be square.
Anything can happen to you, man. Like anything can happen in life. Just go to a wrestling match.
You might die on Sunday, okay? That's what Roberto's saying right now.
Diabetes tomorrow. Just buy a wrestling ticket today. Feel good today. No, who knows? No.
And one more thing, I'm just going to give a shout out to LeBron Cozone because without him, none of this is possible. Exactly. The amount of talent that man has produced to where we can have a card like this is amazing, and he doesn't get enough credit. And
that man needs all the flowers in the world.
Yeah. None of this would be here without him.
I wouldn't be here without him.
Certainly wouldn't be here without him.
His fingerprints are all over this card, and you're not going to want to miss it.
No, please come out. Please support all of these wrestlers, but more importantly, please support a good man and his vision for
of course.
Like a good promotion and what it should do, how it should treat people, and what it should look like, how it should be ran. So come out and have fun, and we appreciate you guys for listening to this. If you did, and as always, lights out. The way we go.
Lights out, and we'll see you in 2 days at Wrestle Revival 10. It's gonna be fire, baby! Yeah.
Join the excitement on Saturday, August 26th as Firestar Pro Wrestling presents Wrestle Revival 10 at The Point in Jamestown, North Carolina. Firestar Pro Wrestling champion TDT defends against Jackson Drake and Jay Malachi in a triple threat cage match. Also in action, Southeastern champion Oliver Sawyer, women's champion Amira Rose, tag team champion Cyberfire, and many more of your Firestar favorites. Doors open at 5 p.m., bell time at 6 p.m. Tickets available now for our biggest pro wrestling spectacle of the year for all people of all ages. Don't miss Wrestle Revival 10.